My typical day is very much a sort of a 9 to 6 in the studio. I love being in my studio. I'm very lucky. I share with my wife, so we have 3 studios. I think we have around 9 assistants in the studio now. So it's a really lovely hub of creatives, and everyone's an artist, and we bounce ideas around, and I really like to try to create a sort of family atmosphere in the studio. The kids come in sometimes 4 and 3, and day to day making work for exhibitions, making work for art fairs and galleries. I work with 6 galleries around the world now, 9 between my wife and I. She's also an artist, and so we day-to-day communications with these these galleries is a lot, and it's a real privilege to be an artist today. I have a funny relationship with public art, actually. Sometimes I think that it's done because a big company needs something outside of their building, and for me that not necessarily excites me. I don't think, So it's like almost like a forced thing, It's like, oh, we need an artist, let's find one, And of course it's it's a gap in a market, I guess, for people to create work for it. But I mean, sometimes the marriage of that isn't right. Sometimes they're not. There's not a necessity to have a piece of public art there just because you have to. It should be because you want to. I like artists that embrace landscape. Richard Serra, I think that his sculptures really take on a massive, incredible vision, and somehow are always sympathetic to where they are. I've always loved Calder's work. I think whenever you see a Calder outside of a building in a public space, it's unbelievable. And Dave Smith as well. I like the early. I think he was an architect in the '60s, and when you see some of those, they look just fantastic. I think that the main advice today that I would give to an artist is to stop looking at the computer and go to more exhibitions and feel art. Don't just look at it on. I think I did a lecture at a college recently, and the tutors were telling me that the students come in and they say they've seen an exhibition, but actually they've just witnessed the shots on website. How can you do that with art? You have to see it in the flesh. You have to see the paint. You have to see the weight of the sculpture, the way that the artist has made it and touched it, rather than just looking on a screen and searching. And we're all guilty of it. I'm not saying that I go to 1,000 shows a year, or I do love going to exhibitions, but just see more things in the flesh and not on a screen.